What's up guys, welcome to another video, and today we'll be doing some rune crafting. Alright, so we'll start off with some fight runes and then a bunch of the usual dungeon ones, right? The only difference is this time I'm probably not going to craft will runes. I'll probably craft vampire runes, because I'm in need of some vampire runes at the moment. HP with crit rate. I don't think it's good enough for fight. Yes, because I have a decent. Oh, this is good. I have a decent amount of will runes now. I could use some better ones still, of course, but yeah, mainly I need the vampire runes at the moment because I want to upgrade several vampire rune units. And like vampire runes are actually pretty universal too. Like I wouldn't mind some like defense-based vampire runes as well. And then like attacker ones, of course, always going to be useful. And support ones, I mean, they're not as great, but if you get good speed on them, then you can utilize that, you know, regardless. This is not bad. We've got crit rate on that. And it's a slot 3. I haven't farmed as many of the new raids. Like these ones that I farmed were mostly from last time I did rune removal. I was just like, while I was doing all the calculations and stuff, I didn't want to farm new runes because I couldn't be bothered to add them into my optimizer. So I was just farming. Oh, this one's not bad. I can go for the speed roll. I was just farming some of these the raid beasts, and yeah, because like I'm just because it's like just materials, right? I can just save them for the next video. But yeah, during the weeks, I haven't really been. Oh wait, yeah, we can keep that. During the weeks, I haven't really been farming new raids because I feel that it's not. We can keep this one. It's not efficient, and like I have a decent amount of fight runes now. I would still like some better quality ones, especially some good speed ones, but I just don't feel it's worth the time investment. The amount of time that I could, like, you know, that I farm for one rune, like one of these new runes, I could see like probably like between 7 to 10, like, you know, of the necro runes or dragon runes or whatever, just because there's so much time that you need to invest and to get the mats. So yeah, I prefer. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is great. PogChamp. So yeah, like I just prefer to use my time on getting, like, you know, the dungeon runes, because dungeon runes are obviously still great. Like you can't get enough of most of them. Like I still want a lot of violent runes, all the necro runes. I still want all of them pretty much, and of course swift runes. And I wouldn't mind things like fatal runes either. Like any damage deal, like good damage dealer runes, I don't mind keeping those. Oh, that's not good. So I have slightly more violent runes to do, but I'll switch between the other ones, of course. I'll just have to see. I just try to maintain, or like I try to, like, you know, keep it as close to 0 as I can in the end, so I craft as many runes as possible. Oh, 6-star, nah. For violent these days, unless it's a main slot, I typically don't keep you know, blue runes that much. Oh, crit rate. No speed on it though. It could potentially be okay for a galleon, even though it doesn't have speed. Like a damage dealer galleon, maybe. I'll try to roll it for the crit rate, crit damage. So yeah, like even for violent runes, I try not to keep blue ones that much, unless it's like, if it's blue speed, I'll keep that, right? If it's max roll. Crit rate maybe, depending on what the other substat is. But yeah, for main slots, because those are like the slots that are hardest to find, as long as the substats are, you know, good, even though it's blue, I would keep it. So as long as it has, like, you know, say speed or crit rate, or defense if it's like a HP rune or something like that. Even resist on a HP rune is not that bad either. So like, or like defense defense res, because those sort of runes I would use on, you know, those tanky units like revivers, because they don't need a super high amount of speed. So yeah, just trying to be a bit more picky with those. I haven't crafted vampires before. Oh, there we go. I didn't know exactly where it's positioned. So I think vampire is reasonable to craft as well. It's not quite as universal as will, but it's still pretty decent. Nemesis is also decent too, but again, it's also nowhere near as universal. We can keep this for the speed, like the speed roll there. Oh, yeah, another speed roll. We can go for that. Wow. Okay, this one's not bad actually. It's a decent potential Rakan rune. HP crit rate. What else? Then there's Rage. Rage is only for like DPS pretty much. Like you can get wait, this one 17 crit, probably not good enough. Not as a blue anyway. Like yeah, for Rage it's mostly damage dealers, but you can get like defense based nuker type runes like for copper, so that it's okay in that sense, but it's hard to use any like support type runes, right? Apart from like say like a Bernard broken set type rune, they're a little bit harder to use, so I would typically advise not to do those. I guess Vampire is in a similar boat. Probably not good enough at 17 speed. But definitely, I think Will is the easiest to utilize out of the Necro runes. The other ones are all fairly equal, I think, in terms of usefulness. You could make a case for most of them. I think if I was looking for Ramagloss runes, this would be a decent keep, but I'm not really looking for them. It's more rubbish. I'm gonna switch to Swift runes in a second, I think. Let's do a couple more of these. And nope. Alright, we'll do some Swift, I think. I think we should have some. Yeah, we're got a bit more of those than Chaos. Oh, nah, unfortunately not, I don't think. There's only crit rate on there. Very unfortunate because I need, like, you know, those main slots, especially slot 4 and 6, you know, in regards to speed rolls. If it had been crit damage, I would have kept it for sure. But attack percent is too hard to use. Nah. It wasn't terrible for blue, but I need something. I need better than blue for that type of rune. Oh, okay. This is max rolls, so this is like where I'll be tempted to keep. I think I will keep to. This is a good damage dealer rune, or potentially a good damage dealer rune. It's legend, but I don't think it's good enough. There's too many like bad stats that you could get, and it was like pretty low rolls on the good stats. Well, yeah, just actually only the attack stat was low. But still, yeah, I don't think it was worth. Actually, that's not the worst for blue. So like, those sort of runes, if you don't have many runes, you probably keep it, right? So that's like very early game. But for, I think the majority of people probably would have sold, of course. But just saying, for that blue rune, because it's a max crit roll, it's not that bad. So you can still get 15 crit rate, which is usable, right? Alright, it's got speed on it. It's a 5-star, but it can be 25 speed. So it's max crit damage roll. Nah, I think I got plenty of slot 3s. Slot 3, I'm a lot more picky, because slot 3 is very easy to obtain, right? Like, to get a good slot 3 is quite easy to get. We can keep that, it's not bad. The reason why slot 3 is so, like, if you like me and you store runes on your, like, just like random monsters in storage, right? You'll notice that you'll run out of like slot 6 first, like very easily, and then probably slot 4 after that, and then slot 5 you run out. So the reason why you, like 1 to 3 is very common, right? Because for slot 1 you don't have to worry about any defense substats, right? So you'll tend to keep a fair bit of slot 1. Slot 3 you'll keep the most because it can't roll attack. So the way to get like a damage dealer slot 3 is very easy. You only need crit rate, crit damage, and maybe speed. Right? You don't have to worry about having attack there. So it's very easy to obtain slot 3 because of that. Also, there's no attack percent roll on that too, so it's more chances to roll like HP and speed for those support type runes. And then slot 2 is a lot easier to get because I tend to find a lot of them for some reason. But the main thing is, compared to slot 6, like slot 6 has, like, it shares the usual main stats, so that you got the usual main stat of HP, attack, defense, right? Then you also share that with resistance and accuracy runes, right? And for the resistant accuracy runes, you probably only keep them if they're like legend with really good substats. It's very rare that you'll keep, you won't keep blue ones unless it's got maybe speed on it, or like probably have to be max speed as well. So you tend to sell a lot of those, and it's diluted by having those there. I'm ignoring flat stat because every rune has flat stat. And then slot 2 has speed instead, so you tend to find a lot more of those. For some reason, slot 4, even though like instead of having to worry about resist and accuracy, you instead have crit rate, crit damage. You would think that like it'd be better than slot 6, and probably better than slot 2 even, because there's 2 extra stat types you can get, which are both good, or 1 extra over slot 2. But doesn't seem to be the case. Like for some reason, crit damage is like ultra rare. What am I looking for? Swift. And crit rate. I mean, crit rate's decently common actually, especially compared to crit damage. So yeah, that's how like my runes tend to go. Is like I have an abundance of slot 3 and then quite a lot of slot 1s. So for those 2 rune types, or like rune slots, I'm a lot more picky about those. 20 speed potential, we can keep that. I think I sold some other 20 speed potentials, but I think it's because they were flat stat, like slot 6 basically. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can't really think of a use for that. There's very minimal rolls as well. Oh my god, that is so flat. Alright, not too much left. Too much more left. I think overall this is like a pretty average summoning session, I think. Wait, like, sorry, not summoning session. Oh, this is actually never. It's gotten good. Alright, this is an amazing rune. Don't even need to talk about it. So yeah, that made it better. I was thinking this is like, yeah, it's like decent. There's like a few decent stuff, but nothing like super, you know, like crazy, you know, runes. So yeah, that made it a lot better. So I think we finish off these vampire ones, and then actually no, I think I have to keep one more. I'll keep the last one. So I need some for Swift, right? I need, yeah, there we go. Nope. Okay, what else can I finish off? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So we use like pretty much basically everything, right? We can't possibly craft any more. That cost me 4 mil. I started with 49, so yeah, it's pretty expensive stuff. Wait, clicking the wrong areas. All right, let's upgrade some of these runes. All right, so I might actually like, if I have time, I'll edit this. But you'll notice if I edit or not. But yeah, it might jump to the upgrades. Especially if I don't really have much to say about the rune and I'm just waiting for it to upgrade. Oh, that's a good start. 1 into speed. Oh, so this rune is like triple speed or bust, right? Like 16 speed doesn't do me, it doesn't really help me at all. So I need 2 rolls into speed for this to be worth keeping. Alright, let's average rolls. 15 is like the bare minimum, but I think I wouldn't keep this unless I can get another speed roll, because like accuracy doesn't really help me on a vampire rune, right? And it's already got the flat defense there. The innate crit damage, I mean, it's nice to have, but like what I'm hoping for like beyond this is like I have to get like crit rate or attack or HP for the 4th upgrade, and then I can enchant the other one onto over the flat defense, right? But it still won't be the most optimal slot 5, right? Because I can't fit everything I want into it. I need at least crit rate, and then I have to pick either HP or attack, and then the accuracy is kind of a bit useless for a lot of damage dealers, right? So yeah, I don't think it would be worth keeping out of, if I don't get the speed here. Damn it, that was annoying. It didn't even go to accuracy, so like not much to think about really. Alright, again we're probably going for the speed here, because like attack percent slot 4 vampire pretty hard to use, right? Apart from being like a speed route. Yeah, we're gonna sell that, I think. Okay, so we've been pretty like unlucky with vampire. No new upgrades yet. So hopefully this one might pull through. So I need probably looking for 2 into crit rate and 1 to HP. Oh, never mind. What could I hope for? 16 crit rate, 15 accuracy. That's kind of hard to use. I could maybe be an Ardella rune, but I mean Ardella doesn't need that much crit. But I'll just take it to +6 just in case. But the stat combination is quite awkward at the moment. Alright, so that was a minimum crit rate. That's not worth anymore. Alright, so no vampire upgrades from crafting, that's a shame. Alright, then I guess we look at Swift. So this one, I think we definitely want double crit, but if I can get max attack and then max crit, in like one to one, it wouldn't be too bad. It'll be usable at least. All right, there's a start. It's not too bad, but I need 12 crit rate to make it easy enough to use. I had to make up for the crit rate on the other slots, but this one provides quite a lot of damage from just having that 16 attack percent that can be grinded to. Alright, that's the best we could hope for, apart from like 18 crit rate. So let's take this to +9, and we're looking for crit damage, HP or speed, right? Because this is a slot 1, I can't get defense. But I could see this being used on something like a Stella or even like Lucian. Pretty much any damage dealer, right? As long as I can get the other damage type rolls. Oh, flat. That's a shame. I think I'll keep upgrading this and then just I cut out the upgrade portion of it. Accuracy. Accuracy is actually not the worst, because now this is actually a pretty good Stella rune. The Stella needs a little bit of accuracy. So what I'll probably do is, wait, do I have any speed enchants? No speed enchant. So I need to wait for a speed enchant, and then this rune could be, pretty decent for a Stella maybe. Alright, we can go. This one we're just going for speed only, because the other substats are not really worth going for. Oh, never mind. Let's sell that. Okay. Alright, again, this will be like a speed only rune. You will probably need to have at least a triple roll into speed for me to be, for it to be worth keeping. So I can take it to 6, because 20 speed is still probably an upgrade for someone. So the way I look at it, like when I look at a rune, right, when I'm upgrading it, I calculate what's the max it can end up being. If I'm happy with that maximum, I'll keep upgrading it, right? So for here, it actually finally first time, pretty much the first time, but it's been a while, that like I say, alright, I needed to go into speed, right, to make it worth keep going beyond 6. So if it had rolled anything less than that, it just it reduces the max potential of the speed, right? So then, yeah, then you can just work out, whether you would bother keeping it or not, right? If you happen to actually roll, get all the correct rolls. If it's already looking like it's gonna fail, don't waste your mana and just sell it, right? So like, for example, this rune, if it didn't roll in max speed just for that +6, I would have just sold it straight away, no matter where it went, even if it goes into attack percent. Because like attack percent on its own on a Swift rune is pretty hard to use, right? Especially on it's considering especially it's a 5-star quality rune. If it was 6-star quality and it rolled pretty well, you could probably make a case for it. Just for like maybe a unit that wants to have really high attack. Alright, so that upgrade failed, so we sell that. So no Swift. Oh wait, there's maybe one potential Swift upgrade, which is this one. May not even be an upgrade, probably just like a side grade. Alright, Violent. Alright, this one, I was thinking this one could be okay as like for a DPS Galleon, right? So as long as all the upgrades go into the crit rate and crit damage, it'll be a fine rune. But pretty much if anything goes into the flats, I probably wouldn't bother with it. Alright, I was gonna just sell it straight away, because this it wasn't really worth going unless all 4 of the upgrades go into the crit stuff, right? Alright, this one is almost max roll starting off for blue, which is pretty good. So obviously I'm just looking for some max rolls, preferably. Okay, that's not too bad. I would have preferred double speed, but As it did go like almost maxed HP, so that's okay. It's okay to start with. I just need another good high roll, so there's not inefficient or anything like that. Alright, so that was a max roll on HP, so can't really complain. This is good for like Iona and stuff like that. Because Iona doesn't need to have high speed. The same case for any violent Reza, right? Because Rezas don't need to be super fast. You want them to be decently fast, but you know, they don't need to be like 200. You can get by with like, you know, 160 to 180 speed. That's plenty, right? And to reach that, you don't really need too many rolls into speed. But you do want them to be very tanky. So, you know, double roll into HP like this, pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna keep upgrading and just skip to the end. All right, we got defense. That's best thing we could have hoped for. So that's perfect for like any reviver now. So, the reason why it's perfect is because the attack, the flat attack can be enchanted off with a resistance enchant. I need to find one though, because like violent enchants are incredibly rare. But yeah, it was a pretty good. I'm happy with that. It was also like a pretty high roll. It's not quite max, but it's pretty close to it. Alright, this is like a great support rune, right? It's got the resistance, it's got speed, accuracy is not the worst, but obviously I want multiple rolls into speed. Wouldn't mind a roll into resistance, but it's a little bit harder to, I mean, now it's a little bit harder because one of them went into accuracy. But I would have like before. I would have liked, you know, 3 into speed, 1 into resistance, right? Because I'm just assuming that quad roll into speed is like not happening, because it's so unlikely to get it. I've never gotten quad roll for speed, so I don't expect it to be. I don't expect to get it anytime soon as well. All right, so 1 into speed. It was like a pretty shitty roll actually, but I mean, at least it went into speed, so it's a good start. Alright, resistance, that's fine. We'll take this to plus 12, and I'll skip again to the end. Alright, another resistance roll. You know what, it's still reasonable to keep, because you know, some units just want to be really high. Some units don't mind just being really highly resistant. This rune really needs a defense enchant to get rid of the flat HP, and then it'll be okay. So let's keep it, even though like the speed roll is kind of low, but some units can use it, so I'll just keep it for now. Alright, I think this rune is probably the best rune I've seen today, so let's pray. Even though the resist roll is pretty low, the defense roll is also kind of low, and HP is only like medium roll, but anyway, these are like the perfect stats for any support, right? Can't really ask for much more. Okay, I can ask for more than 4% resistance though. Okay, so this turned it into a blue rune, but it's still a slot 2 speed. Okay, and like slot 2 speed, 6-star, very hard for it to be like, you know, it's very hard for you to sell it. I mean, there's no way I'm selling this rune, no matter how bad the stats roll. I mean, that was terrible. That's like a very bad defense roll. But well, can't do much about it. This is still going to be an upgrade for someone. Just give me a max HP roll to make up for it, and I'll be happy. A max defense roll might make it raid worthy. This could also be a Miang rune if I roll an attack percent. Oh my god, that was these are all like minimum rolls, so that didn't turn out very good. But if I can get attack percent in the last roll or enchant it on, it could be a decent Miang rune. So yeah, we'll keep. I mean, there's no way I'm selling slot 2 speed with no flats, so yeah. Alright, fight runes. I'm sort of glad I'm going to edit this video, because I can cut out a lot. There's like some of those upgrades took quite a while, so I can get rid of a lot of those. Okay, that's not the worst. We can keep this for now. 2 more potential rolls into speed, so it can still be 19, and that's fine because I need, you know, things like this for like Megan and Bastet, any sort of like support that would carry fight, right? Oh damn, that was unfortunate. Alright, so I guess we sell that. It was only a triple roll would have been any good on that rune. Same for this rune actually. Triple roll. Actually, if I get max rolls on like say 2 on speed, 1 in HP, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's not great, but if I can get 15 speed, it'll still be okay. Okay, so it's on track to 15 speed at least. "15 speed, yeah, I could definitely use that on someone, because I want to use more fight runes on like support units that don't, you know, need to have like a particular set. Alright, that was unfortunate. That was a pretty shitty roll too. I'm gonna sell that. 10 speed is not enough, especially for like, you know, support runes. Alright, so this one, similar to that violet rune, it's like starts off with like a almost maxed blue rune. That's pretty good, right? Mostly just looking for max rolls. Speed would be amazing, of course. So it's on track for 18. As long as it rolls into speed again, I'm keeping it, even if it's a min roll. But let's hope we can get 18. Alright, that was not 18, but I think it's still capable. Like, let's take this to +9. So this is a good, like, I mean, it's good for anyone really, like any unit. Mostly for raid, I think, but just a general good support rune. So looking for defense probably for one of the other slots, and then maybe res or accuracy for the other one. Okay, crit rate is okay, can't complain. Alright, let's take it to +12 and just skip to that. Okay, flat. Okay, that's unfortunate. But this can go a couple ways. I can either put defense on this, make it a support rune for raid, mostly for raids. I could put this on Hua or something like that, because she doesn't mind not having too much speed, and she doesn't need like a huge amount of crit rate because of crit lead. So that's also doable. Otherwise I could put crit damage on it, and it could be like just like a damage dealer really for raids. Or I guess for Hua. Like, Hua could use either defense or crit damage. So yeah, I guess that's fine. It's not amazing by any means, but it's usable. Alright. I think this one, I mean, at least 2 rolls into crit rate, and then I'll be a happy boy. Alright. That's 1. Not bad. It's a medium roll, not bad. Defense is not the worst, but I don't need, you know, double roll. I need 1 roll into defense is enough. if any. Okay, flat stat is unfortunate. But if I can get 16 crit rate, it's still an okay like damage dealer rune, right? It would just be a blue roll basically. If I get another crit rate. If I get defense, I probably wouldn't bother with this. Alright, 15 crit rate, I'm happy with that. That's usable. Okay, last rune. Speed, alright. This one I don't mind defense. But crit damage obviously be the best. Alright, one into crit damage, that's a good start. As long as it goes double, like a couple more into crit damage, it'll be like an easy, you know, damage dealer rune for like anyone could use it really. Alright, one of flat. Alright, fine. As long as this one doesn't go to flat, I'll be happy. But I think I'm gonna keep it regardless because it's still a slot 2 speed fight. So at worst, I can always use it on something like an attack bar booster that I'm putting on fight. So if it goes to crit damage, then I'm hoping for like attack percent or crit rate for the last roll. Oops, I misclicked. Alright, that was a max roll and crit damage. I'm pretty happy. So, alright, we'll take this to plus 12 because I think it will be interesting to see this one as well. Alright, accuracy. That's unfortunate. I guess this could still be used on something like a Stella. Stella doesn't mind accuracy, or actually a Fight Galleon wouldn't mind this either. So yeah, it's not the worst. I guess I'll probably take off the flat HP and put crit rate onto it, and then it'll be a decent damage dealer rune, and also maybe like a support rune even. But yeah, happy with that. Alright, yeah, there's not much I can get from this one. I can get crit damage, but like, cause the speed's already innate, so I'm not gonna bother taking that to plus 12. So, because I can get crit damage regardless, right? So that's the only other stat I care about. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. So thanks guys for watching. Hope this video shouldn't take as long now because I'll be cutting out a lot of it, and I guess there wasn't as much crafting materials to do as or not as much upgrades because I didn't keep a super high amount. So that will make the video like a little shorter than the previous rune crafting videos. So yeah, hopefully that is fine for most people. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.